Hello and welcome back to Hannah's Inner Healing channel, the channel dedicated to your inner healing and mental health. So today we are going to be talking about having an excellent spirit, how to cultivate an excellent spirit. So what is an excellent spirit? An excellent spirit is a spirit that is keen or given to details, or a spirit for success, because for you to have success, you have to have a spirit in you that attracts this success. So what are some of the things that can create the spirit of an excellent spirit, or the spirit behind success? Number one is be keen to details. You see, in Africa, mostly in Africa, you find that many people are not keen to details, or you find that when people are doing things, they don't give key attention to details. But in the West, you find everything of theirs, including how their clothes are made, including all their industries, you have to be very keen to details, because they normally look at the quality of the product. They look at many things. If it's a cloth and you find maybe some of the threading is coming out, they normally count it as an outcast, or they sell it at a cheaper price. But here in Kenya, you find sometimes, or in Africa, a cloth can even have threading out and everything, and it's being sold as just a normal clothing. So that keenness to details is very important, because it will help you not to overlook any details in anything that you're doing. In business, even when you lose a shilling, you've lost a lot of money, because a shilling will translate to 1 shilling, another shilling, again you lost another shilling. By the time you know it, you've lost 1 million. So keenness to details is very important. Another thing that can help you, develop this spirit of excellence is that you never give up trying. You keep advancing. You keep advancing your product. Let's say you're making like lotion, and you start with one product, but you can keep increasing the value of this product, increasing the value of that lotion, increasing the value of that, whatever it is that you're making. Keep improving the value. So don't just stay at the status quo. And also, just when you are starting a product, or when you're having you have a cloth line or anything, it's also good to see who your competitors are. Check around, see how their things are, so that you can see how you can improve yours, or what you can do better, or what even, and then also sample the market or polls, or the opinion of the market, to see how your product is going to do, or what you need to improve in your product, so that the customers can be satisfied. Another thing is study a lot. Study the market, study the trends that are going on, so that you're able to know when you're making a product, who is your target. How are you trying to supply it to? If you're having a channel, who is your target? So those things are very important. Have a target group. At the same time, keep studying your target group and what their needs are. And then another thing, if you want to have an excellent spirit, is avoid distractions. Focus. Distractions are like gossips. If someone is always coming to tell you about people, what will it benefit you if you know what your neighbors are doing, what people are doing around you? How will it benefit you if you're always talking things that don't even benefit your life? So if you see someone is always constantly coming to tell you about other people, they're not adding value to you, you can just cut them off. Because be with people who tell you about the market, people who challenge you, people who encourage you to be better, or people who tell you of ideas that can help your life, because by the time, maybe after 10 years, those gossips will not help you with anything. But if someone comes and tells you ideas about your life, about business, even after 10 years ago, you'll be like, wow, that idea helped me grow. So avoid distractions, or people who come to distract your life, or things that don't even make sense, but they're just distractions. Just avoid them and cut them off. If it's a thing or a person who's not adding value to your life, who is just a distraction to your life, or someone who is always quarreling, arguing with you, they're just taking your energy. So be with people who replenish you, who encourage you, who can grow you, who even when you have problems can encourage you, and can cause you to see life differently. So also, in connection with that, is just know who is around you. It's important to know the people around you. Sometimes the people around you determine a lot how far you will go. So just look at the people around you. Are there people who can grow you? Are there people who encourage your growth? Are there people who you will tell, I'm starting a business, and they're happy for you and they support you? Or what kind of people are there? And it's also important for you, another point is, don't have unrealistic expectations. When you are starting something, or let's say a business, or a program, a channel like this, or anything in life, just give it time to grow. Life is in stages, okay? It's just like the way the stages of a butterfly. There's the egg, there's the larva, there's the pupa. But the egg doesn't become the adult the next day. So when you start a business, like I remember when I started, there's an organization I run, it's called Badili Center. And this organization, we train vulnerable women and youth on entrepreneurship skills, business skills. And also we have a place where we do institutional training, where we do coaching for schools. And also there's corporate training where we come and train corporates. So when I started the organization, I remember, because I was alone, and you know how when you start an organization, you kind of give it to it before it can give back to you. So, you know, I found myself doing many things, like I was the accountant, you are the one still like doing administration work, you're doing everything. But, you know, it taught me a lot because I learned new skills, and also, you know, I knew that it might take long before the organization grows, and there were so many challenges, ups and downs. But I realized, because I started it when I was much younger, very much younger, in my mid-20s, it's like I grew with that organization. Like the lessons, when it grows, I learn. When it grows, I learn. So with that, it made me very knowledgeable on many things that I didn't know about, like accounts and things that were not even in my line of study. And then another thing also that will help you so much is always strive to be better. You see, you might think you've arrived, but there's always something that you can do to better yourself. You can be studying, it could be just learning something as a new skill. So you can always better your life every year. Don't just say, I don't have a job, I'll stay at home. No, there's a national library which is free. You can go and study, or you can even do something as you're waiting for a job. Some courses online. Like I remember in 2020 when we couldn't do so many trainings, I just went back to school online, and that's where I did my psychology. So you can do something even as you're waiting at home, instead of staying idle, because when you're idle, so many thoughts will come to you, some thoughts that are not even good, or even you can start getting depression. So to beat depression, try to engage your mind in many things. And I know it's not easy when you have a job to even encourage yourself, because you don't know how long it will take. But those are some of the things that can keep you going, because you have to live, you know. You have to face every day. You cannot say, I'll sleep the whole day. You have to face life, the way life comes. That's what I noticed. I have to face life. You see, by the time our organization was getting maybe like an award in 2016, we really went through a lot of things, challenges. But now I look back and I realize those challenges made me stronger, and they made me learn how to use a little to do a lot, you know, because that time we were so limited financially. So it taught me how to use a little to do a lot, you know. And that's something that you need to learn, especially in the economy right now. There's a global recession in the world right now, and in the news just the other day they were saying, and actually it was yesterday, that the economy is yet to become, you know, harder and harder, and things are going to get harder for many people. But I always know that, yeah, as long as you are just doing the right thing and you're focusing on growing yourself, even in hard times, you will still grow. Even in hard times, you will still survive them. So just encourage yourself. If you're here and you don't have a job and you're watching this channel, seasons change. Seasons don't last. You might not have a job now, but after some season, you'll have a job. So life is like that. You might not have money now, but later on you will have. So don't discourage yourself, don't beat yourself down. And also be keen on who you keep as friends, because if you have the right friends, whether you have a job or not, they'll still love you and value you the same way, even if you had a job, and they will treat you well. Like I remember when I started this organization, I had friends who are always very encouraging me, friends who are giving to the organization, friends who were standing with me in prayer and encouragement, and they were teaching me a lot, friends who were in the corporate who would teach me different things. So you need such people who will value you, whether you have a lot or little. They find value in you as a person. So be careful who you keep as a friend, because most of the people who get destroyed or they experience betrayals, it's usually the people around you. It's better you have a small circle of friends that are good for you, that are going to help you grow, than to have multitudes of friends that you even don't know anything about them. So have people around you who are going to be happy for your success, not people who are going to be hating you on the inside, but putting a plastic smile to you. So test friendships, and you know, difficult times show you who true friends are. So sometimes appreciate difficult times, because they reveal a lot, you know, of the people around you. Another thing that you can do is study. You know, with studying there's no end. So just go to school, do courses online. And the goodness nowadays is you can get even free courses online and study. Like most of my psychology classes, some of them were free courses, just a few I had to pay. But in the end of the day, I had already gained my certificate. So go and study. Go and study. It will be worthwhile. When I look back, like my undergraduate, I went to class. My master's, I went to class. But now that I want to upgrade my studies, I realized I don't have to go to class. I can do courses online. I can do even business courses online, because even most of my business courses, I did them online. So always upgrade your information, even if it's not in your field. Just learn something or two about a field that you're interested in. And then another thing that is going to keep you to have an excellent spirit is always want to learn something new. Discover yourself and discover new things about life and the world. And as much as you're going to be working hard and focusing, you also need time to relax. You also need time to have fun and just unwind. And you also need time to just have conversations with people that are going to be enriching, or that are going to just be refreshing for you. Meet a friend that you have not met for long, or just do something that is going to refresh your mind. Scientists have discovered that if your mind keeps learning, it keeps expanding, your mind keeps growing if it's kept learning. But when you're in a dominant stage, or in a state whereby your mind is just there, it won't grow, it won't learn. And another thing that I normally encourage people a lot in most of my videos is meditate. Meditate a lot, because when one of the ways that you can heal actually your mind, and also you can grow your mind, is meditation. Meditate on the right things. If you go to think, write your thoughts and see what are some of the thoughts that are dominating me. And by the way, you can change your thought patterns too. It's not difficult. Many people find it difficult to change their thoughts, but once you make it a practice, you can actually determine the kind of thoughts you want to think. And so a man thinketh, so is he. The way you think is where your mind is going to go. So have a positive mind. And also, like I was saying, avoid holding grudges on people. Maybe someone promised you something, they didn't do it. You don't know why they didn't do it. Maybe they even forgot, or they got challenges. So don't hold on so much to grudges. When you feel like someone has offended you, tell them. That's the mature thing to do, and talk it out, And avoid just meditating on the negative, like I said in my last video, or focusing on the wrong things about people. Always try to see, as much as you have to have red flags, because it's very good to have discernment. When you're around someone and you sense that there are no, then don't meet them again. But if you have friends, just know they have weaknesses and strengths just like you. So give people an opportunity to make mistakes, because you also make mistakes. You are not perfect. So when you have a sober view of like that, you will be able to, be patient with other people the same way God is patient with you. So an excellent spirit is something that you cultivate over with time. It's just not a thing that happens once, but you can keep at it. And I know with some of these tips, you'll be able to have the excellent spirit. But above all and everything, keep a relationship with God, and also keep discovering yourself of who you are, because sometimes you think you know yourself and you realize you don't know yourself at all. So keep discovering yourself, keep discovering your talents. Apart from your job, you can also use your talents. Like I remember when in the university, and my friends used to tell me, oh, you can do very well maybe in advertisements, you can do well with things to do with media and everything. And when I finished my masters, when I went to my graduate school, I started doing, like I would do adverts, like just decent adverts, like for Safaricom and others. And they can give you extra income. So you can also use your talent. If it's singing, maybe when you're not working extra time, you can practice your singing and everything. Don't neglect your talents, because there's a reason God gave you those talents. And also there are people who maybe their talent is also like growing crop plants. They're interested in such things. You can research more about what you love, because what you love is part of you. So embrace the whole of you. Love yourself, treat yourself well. So as I conclude this video, I'd like to encourage people to just use your talents and just be the best version of you. I know hard times, many people are going through hard times right now, but just know hard times don't last. But even in the hard times, just keep positive and keep growing. So thank you so much for watching. So our next video, we're going to be talking about how to just grow, you know, strength, this inner strength, because sometimes you find people go through a lot, but if you don't have inner strength and stamina, those things will crush you. And in life, you know, you really don't know what's next, what can happen to you. So it's good to gear yourself up or to build inner stamina that can withstand any kind of pressure that comes upon you. And as I conclude, let me just share something that I studied, and I think it's going to be beneficial to you. You know, scientists studied, they did an experiment with the chick as it was coming out of the egg, and they realized that they helped one chick to come out, and another one they let it come out on its own, like it was struggling to break free, and the one they helped died, and the one that was struggled to come out on its own was able to stand. And they realized the stamina, that the strength that this chick needed to stand was in the stamina for it as it was trying to come out. That strength is what is needed to it needed to stand. So then the one that they broke the egg for died. So sometimes when things are too easy and you have no challenges, you cannot develop stamina. So it's good for you to have stamina, so that even when bigger things come to you in life, when bigger challenges come to you, you can be able to withstand the test of time. So we'll talk about that next time. So if you would want to partner with us, many people have been asking us about the donation button. We don't have one as yet, but we'll put a link, PayPal link below, where you can be able to you know, to give to the channel. And then you can also like, share, and subscribe this information to as many people as possible. And for me, my main aim for this channel was just to help people to grow, and just to help people to be the best version they can be of themselves. I realized that many people are not able to afford coaching, many people are not able to afford counseling, so I offered this so that people who are not able to afford can be able to watch and also get help. So thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye bye.